This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy EARTHRISE Deluxe Class Quintesson Allicon. Pretty nice. I picked up this figure from Toys. And here is the Allicon out of packaging. And the figure is definitely the wild card or dark horse in the wave. I have no idea how good it was going to turn out. I'm actually very surprised at how awesome this figure turned out. I was expecting this one to be just like, I just had to pick it up because, EARTHRISE figures, they're pretty cool. Just want to keep it in your collection. But this figure is absolutely amazing. For a figure that did not come from any G1 toy. There was no G1 toy made of the Allicon. It was just a character, a minor character in the 86 movie. For Hasbro to actually come up with a wonderful rendition of this character without any basis of any G1 toy, just by the animation pegs and how the character looked like in the cartoon, this is an absolute gem. He's kind of squat, he's kind of stocky and all that, but just absolutely loving this figure. So in terms of accessories, he has this spear. I know, it's crazy, right? Tribal spear in an advanced society of Transformers. But, Hasbro decided, we'll put the spear on the guard. So it's pretty cool. It's plain old spear. You can actually peg the spear right here if you don't want him holding it. The tip of his tail is also removable. This is sort of his scimitar, or I don't know what kind of sword this is. His curved blade sword. Maybe paint the insides. That would have been nice, since the insides were definitely be covered up in alt mode. You just need the top and bottom part green. In terms of articulation, the figure has a ball jointed neck. He's got a waist swivel, very cool. Hinge elbow that can go in and out, and then there's another hinge right here on the shoulder pads, make it go forward and backward. Bicep swivel, hinge elbows, and swivel wrists. The legs or the hips can go in and out, forward and backward. Thigh swivel, hinge knees, and some foot articulation. You go forward and backward, and a rocker tilt. So very, very nice. Great to pose. Lots of playability with this figure. And like I said, he's kind of squat, like a merman, ram man type of character. Let's take a closer look at the details of the figure. In terms of paint apps, you got a lot of purple, silver. Basically, this is how the colors were back in '86. And I'm so pleased at how close Hasbro made this figure out to that character in the movie. He's got some rubbery bits right here, tail, his head fin right here, mohawk, and the arms are made of this soft PVC material. I can't blame Hasbro for doing that. This is more of a safety issue. Some of the pieces are in hard plastic, spiky bits right here and here. That's fine. Although I'm pretty sure even if they made this piece hard, and these, it wouldn't be too much of a safety issue, but Hasbro was erring on the side of caution. So yeah, some assembly is required. The tail is actually removed when you get him out of the packaging. You'll have to assemble it. Easy assembly. You just fit that swivel hinge right there and put it down. That's pretty much the assembly you need. So size comparisons, here he is with the Legends class Gnaw from Titan's Return. Great scale, and so that you have a better idea of how this deluxe class figure scales with the other deluxe class figures we've gotten from the War for Cybertron trilogy. Here he is with some other deluxe class figures. Siege Ironhide, EARTHRISE Blue Streak, and EARTHRISE Cliff Jumper. He's kind of in between Cliff Jumper and Blue Streak in terms of height, but in terms of heft, amount of plastic and beefiness and bulk, he's kind of somewhere in between this figure and this figure. So he's a good sized deluxe class figure, and I thought he was actually going to be this small. To be honest, I thought it was going to be as small as Cliff Jumper, but he's actually pretty big and pretty hefty, so you really get your money's worth for this figure. And so transformation, get rid of this weapon. You don't have to remove this, this sword from his tail. It'll be fine. Okay, first thing you want to do, you want to bend the elbows and sort of line up the shoulders and the arm assembly and tab that peg right there in that hole. It's a little tricky. I'm glad it's a thick peg. Otherwise, you know, my worry again of plastic becoming brittle and breaking off over time. So that's that. Okay, flip up this piece right here, waist piece. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate that waist, and then this whole tail assembly, you gotta unpeg it from the tip of the alligator head, fold it up like this, rotate like that, and the mohawk is going to slot in right there in that square hole. So just line it up properly, and then the whole tail section is just gonna tab onto the body. And the legs, they just move like this. You can bend them if you want to, just so you have a stable stance for the alligator mode, or sort of Allicon mode. And then just fold up the arms like that, and there you go. There he is in Gerwalk Gator mode. So it's a very, very cool looking Allicon in his beast mode. I guess this is beast mode, right? You can still hold the weapons. You can even hold that sword, but instructions say to just make him hold the spear. There's no articulation on this soft PVC plastic. Obviously, it's just been molded in. I thought there was actually a hinge right there. Only articulation you get is this chomping, head chomping action. The lower jaw moves, the upper jaw moves, and the legs, obviously. They can also articulate as much as you had them in robot mode. So, it's actually very cool. In fact, I actually like this mode more than the robot mode. Robot mode was super cool, but he turns into this sort of humanoid alligator alt mode, beast mode, and this thing is actually a lot better looking. This is just such a cool toy. I'm sorry, I can't stop gushing over this. And so some final thoughts on this figure. Need I say more? It is an absolutely amazing figure. Pleasantly surprised with it. Perhaps the best deluxe class EARTHRISE figure in this wave. You know, I've not reviewed RC or Smokescreen at this point in time, but I can definitely say this figure is one to pick up. Best of luck to everybody hunting him down, because I know a lot of people will be army building this figure. I am so glad I got him. I thought I was just going to wait for the Pit of Judgment set, but very, very happy to actually have picked him up. The figure is obviously going to get a 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the Quintesson Allicon. Is it something you're really impressed with, or is it a pass for you, or you're probably just going to wait for it to go on clearance? Hit me up in the comment section, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.